This is not the video I was hoping to make when it comes to the California Dream for All Shared Appreciation Loan. In fact, I had a video that was set to come out updating everyone regarding the questions about the program and had to more or less kill the video because the Dream for All program has essentially died. Now, if you're watching this wondering what am I talking about, California Dream for All Shared Appreciation Loan was essentially a down payment assistance program here in the state of California, where CalHFA was giving first-time homebuyers 20% of the down payment in order to purchase their first home. The program originally started with a budget of around $800 million to fund this program, got cut to $500 million prior to going live, and then ultimately ended up at $300 million prior to actually going live on March 27th. Now, if you watch my original video when I talked about this program, we said that we thought the money would go fast. Even $300 million, it's going to go very, very fast, because here in the state of California, the median home price sits just over $735,000. So if CalHFA was willing to give you 20% for the down payment, that was roughly $147,000. Well, if you divide that into $300 million, that gives you just over 2,000 loans that the state could actually do before running out of money. And I went out on a limb and said that I thought it would be a couple of weeks, a couple of months before we ran out of money. And here we are less than 2 weeks later, and the fund is completely out of money. At least that's what they're saying. The latest notice that we received said that CalHFA expected all of the funds to be fully committed by no later than April the 10th, with the idea that all loans must be locked no later than March the 12th. And as you can see from this notice here, this notice came out on April the 6th, which was a Thursday. And by reading the notice, it looked like you had 3 to 4 days to get someone into contract in order to meet that April 10th deadline. But here we are, April 7th, the day that I'm filming this video, with CalHFA putting out a new notice basically saying that they're not allowing any further loan locks, which means that if your loan is not already registered with CalHFA on the Dream for All Shared Appreciation Loan, then essentially you're not going to have an opportunity to use it. Before we dive into that though, I want to take a minute and ask a favor. If you find any value in my videos at all, do me a favor and hit that thumbs up. Also, feel free to subscribe to the channel to stay updated on everything real estate related. So what does that mean for all of those people that got pre-approved with CalHFA or a different broker on the CalHFA loan? Well, here's what we know so far. We know that at the moment, they're fully committed, that they're not allowing any further registrations, they're not allowing any further rate locks on the loan, but also understand every single one of these loans, let's assume that they are fully committed. All $300 million is tied up, which at the moment, I don't necessarily believe that that's the case. I think they're speculating based on how quickly loans were coming in that they've reached that limit. But let's say they have reached that limit. All of those loans are not going to close for one reason or another. Some people aren't going to qualify because their loan officer, their mortgage professional didn't do the proper work up front, right? They just slapped a file together to put it in to register so that they can more or less reserve the funds. And other people are going to have issues with the home. Some people are going to get cold feet and want to back out. But nevertheless, I do see people falling out of escrow, which means some of those funds are likely to come back at some point in the future. So the question is, how will they allocate those funds when that opportunity arises? And at the moment, it's really, really hard to say. Do they just send out a notice basically saying, hey, we're accepting this many more million of applicants? Or do they have some way of getting in line in case people fall out? At the moment, the answer is no to that. And another answer to a question that I'm getting quite a lot is, are they going to do this program again? Are they going to add more funds to the budget? And the easy answer is no. I could see them adding further funds to the budget at some point in the future, but I think it's very, very unlikely that this program is going to look exactly like this in the future once these initial funds run out. I believe CalHFA has probably realized, based on this initial run of what we've seen over the last couple of weeks, that there was something broken in the way that they did it. And so going forward, yeah, there might be money in the budget for this type of program, but I don't see this type of program where they're giving you a full 20%, even if it's a shared appreciation loan, coming back in the future. Now, I could be wrong, but at the moment, I don't see that actually being the case. For one, the state doesn't necessarily have the money to be giving away at the pace that we're giving it away. And secondly, you're changing the demographic of a potential buyer out there, right? By giving someone 5 or 10% down and helping them buy a home, that is one thing. Giving somebody 20% to buy a home, that's a fifth of their mortgage payment essentially going away based on the way the loan works. That changes the entire demographic of that buyer and gets both people that couldn't buy a home because of affordability and people that shouldn't be buying a home due to affordability. It's giving them the opportunity. So I know one of the questions that's going to come up is people are going to say, I'm already pre-approved on this program. Can I still use it? And the easy answer is going to be no, at least for now. By the time you're watching this video, the program is essentially paused. So even if you're pre-approved on it, you're not going to be able to use the program until something changes in the future. And another question that's going to come up is, what if I'm in contract? What if I just went into escrow on a property using this program? What do I do? Well, the easy answer is you're not going to be able to move forward, at least for now, with the program. You're likely going to have your agent call the other agent and let them know, unless you're in a position to purchase using another type of financing or another type of down payment program, which I'll talk about a little bit later in the video. But the reality is, if you're in escrow and you haven't registered and locked your loan, then unfortunately you're not going to be able to use this program until they allot more funds at some point in the future. So with that said, I don't know that it's going to come back in the future, but I do believe there's going to be an opportunity to use the program in the future as some of these people that were reserved, had loan locks, end up falling out. But the reality is, I don't know how that's actually going to play out. So if you're somebody that is pre-approved, I would continue to pay attention to this, continue to talk to your mortgage professional, have that conversation, see if they have any updates. I'll continue to update you on it as well. But also understand, just because Dream for All is gone, the 20% down payment, doesn't necessarily mean you can't buy a house. There are other down payment assistance programs here in the state of California. There are some that I'm aware of with credit unions that you can get access to through my local mortgage professional, through the referral link below here, that they'll give you $25,000 in 6 Southern California counties. But the home has to fall within a certain census tract. And that's $25,000 that they're just gifting you. There's no repayment on it. There's no appreciation share. So there are other opportunities out there. So just understand, if you're a home buyer, you're checking your options. Don't feel like the dream is dead, if you will, just because this program has closed its fund for now. Now, if you got through this entire video and you don't know what Dream for All is, you want more information about it, how was it originally structured, do me a favor and check out this video here.